On October 10, 2025, the southern part of the Philippines faced a day of immense challenge. The ground shook with incredible force, not just one time, but twice. Two very powerful earthquakes hit the region within just hours of each other. The first quake was extremely strong, measured at magnitude 7.4. Later on the same day, a second large earthquake struck, with a magnitude of 6.8. These twin events brought immediate and widespread destruction to the area. Many people lost their lives. At least 9 people died tragically because of the quakes. Additionally, nearly 500 other people suffered injuries from the powerful tremors. The damage spread across many towns and cities in the Mindanao region. Countless homes, schools, and other important buildings were broken or damaged beyond repair. Roads became difficult or even impossible to use, making travel hard. The shaking was so intense that many people felt great fear and panic. Due to the danger and the fear of more shaking, thousands of families had to leave their homes. They quickly moved to safer places or evacuation centers, seeking shelter and safety. This situation showed the immense power of these unexpected earthquakes. What made this event particularly rare was that 2 such strong earthquakes happened in the same area so close together in time. Scientists call this a doublet earthquake. It means 2 separate but related strong earthquakes strike the same fault system within a short period. This kind of event is not common and highlights the powerful, complex forces at work beneath the Earth's surface. 2. The ground shakes. On October 10, 2025, many people in the southern Philippines experienced terrifying moments. The ground shook violently. John Saavedra, a disaster officer, was driving his car. He said his car swayed strongly. He saw power lines swinging and people running from buildings. Electricity went off. This intense shaking lasted about 30 to 40 seconds. Many residents called it the strongest earthquake they had ever felt. The quakes immediately caused loss of life. 9 people died. In Gumayan village, 3 miners perished when their underground tunnels collapsed. In Mati City, 3 people passed away, 2 from heart attacks and 1 from a falling wall. An elderly man in Davao City was killed by falling debris. Another person in Monte Vista died from a heart attack. Almost 500 people were injured, and over 106,000 individuals were affected. Important buildings also suffered damage. Manay District Hospital, a key health facility, got cracks in its foundation. As a result, 200 patients moved to safety. In Governor Generoso, a high school was badly damaged. About 50 students from this school needed hospital care, with many fainting or feeling dizzy. Many schools in different provinces had to close. Thousands of families were forced from their homes. Over 11,000 people went to public evacuation centers. They feared returning home. Smaller tremors, called aftershocks, continued to shake the ground, adding to their fear. These events created widespread worry and sadness for many communities. 3. Why it happened. The Philippines is a country where earthquakes happen often. This is because it sits on something called the Pacific Ring of Fire. This is a very active area around the Pacific Ocean. Many volcanoes and earthquakes happen here. About 90% of the world's earthquakes happen on this ring of fire. This means the ground moves a lot under the Philippines. The earthquakes on October 10, 2025 started from the Philippine Trench. This is a very deep and long part of the ocean floor east of the Philippines. Here, one large piece of Earth's crust, called the Philippine Sea Plate, pushes under another plate, the Eurasian Plate. This pushing causes great pressure. When this pressure becomes too much, it suddenly breaks, and the ground shakes. This is how powerful earthquakes are born. This area has a long history of big earthquakes. For example, strong quakes hit in 1911, 1943, 2012, and 2023. The twin earthquakes in 2025 are part of this history. This shows that the region is still very active. These recent events were special because they were doublet earthquakes. Fivilcal's director Teresito Bacalcal explained this. A doublet earthquake means two big earthquakes happen in the same place, on the same fault system, very close in time. It is like two big shakes from the same cause. The Philippines has seen doublet earthquakes before, like in 1992 and December 2023. This shows that this part of the world can have many strong quakes close together, increasing the risk for people living there. 4. The tsunami scare. After the strong earthquakes, a new fear spread across the southern Philippines. Officials quickly issued a tsunami warning. The Pacific to Tsunami Warning Center announced that dangerous waves, possibly up to 3 meters high, could hit the coasts. Smaller waves also threatened Indonesia and Palau. This news caused great worry among coastal residents. Thousands of families living by the ocean remembered past tsunamis. So, when the warning siren sounded, coastal communities began to evacuate quickly. They left their homes and moved to higher ground, away from the sea. People walked and drove, helping each other reach safe areas to escape the potential waves. Everyone waited with fear. Hours passed slowly. Then good news arrived. The actual tsunami waves that reached the shore were very small, only about 30 centimeters high. People felt a huge sense of relief that the worst had not happened. The immediate danger passed, and the feared large waves did not arrive. This event clearly showed how vulnerable the Philippines is to tsunamis. With thousands of islands and long coastlines, many people live very close to the sea. This makes quick evacuation challenging. Therefore, strong and effective warning systems are extremely important. Systems like TWES, the Tsunami Detection and Early Warning System, play a key role. They use special sensors and loud sirens to quickly alert communities. These systems give people precious minutes to prepare and move to safety. Regular public education and drills are also vital, helping everyone know what to do when a tsunami threat becomes real. 5. A sad story from the mines. In a small village called Gumayan, people worked in gold mines. This village was in Pantukan town, in a remote area. When the big earthquake happened, the ground moved violently. Inside the mines, the old tunnels could not hold. They collapsed quickly and trapped the workers underground. This was a very sad day for the mining community. 3 men lost their lives deep inside the earth. They could not find a way out when the ground fell. Rescuers worked hard in the dangerous conditions. After some time, there was a small moment of hope. One miner was found alive and pulled to safety from the fallen tunnels. His rescue was a small comfort amidst the sorrow. Working in these small mines is always dangerous. The places where miners dig for gold are often not strong, especially in an area where earthquakes happen. These mines are usually in mountains, far from big towns. So if something bad happens, help cannot come very fast. Many people work in these mines because they need money for their families to live. It is a hard choice between daily danger and earning a living. The deaths of the 3 miners in Gumayan showed how risky life can be for people working in these jobs. They work hard in difficult conditions, always facing hidden dangers. Natural disasters, like the powerful earthquakes, make their jobs even more unsafe. This sad event reminded everyone about the constant threats faced by many in vulnerable communities and by those who do dangerous work to support their loved ones. It was a clear example of the dangers faced by many workers in the Philippines. 6. Help on the way. After the strong earthquakes, help quickly came to the affected areas. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. told all government groups to start search and rescue work. He said teams must be safe before they go into damaged places. This was a careful choice to protect the people helping. The Davao region went on red alert. This is the highest level of disaster response. It meant that soldiers, police, and firefighters were all ready. They worked together to find people who were trapped and to help the injured. But their work was hard. Many roads were blocked by fallen earth and broken power lines. There was no electricity in Davao Oriental, which made talking to each other difficult. Many people had to leave their homes. More than 11,000 people went to safe places called evacuation centers. Here, they needed food, water, and a place to sleep. The government quickly gave money to buy emergency food packs and other items. These were for the more than 100,000 people who needed help. Hospitals also faced big problems. The Manay District Hospital had cracks, so 200 patients had to move. This made it harder to treat new injuries. Rescue workers did their best. In one gold mine, 3 miners died, but rescuers found and saved 1 miner alive. The military and police were important during this time. They helped keep order, transported supplies, and supported the rescue teams. They worked hard to bring relief to the many families who lost their homes or needed medical care. The government and its workers tried to help everyone after the big shakes. 7. a tired country. The Philippines often faces many natural disasters. Because of this, many people feel disaster fatigue. This means they get tired from constantly dealing with earthquakes, typhoons, and volcanic eruptions. When one disaster happens, people start to rebuild, but then another one comes. This makes it hard for communities to fully recover. Their resources run low, and people feel worried and stressed for a long time. Climate change adds to this problem. While it does not cause earthquakes, it makes other disasters worse. For instance, typhoons are now more frequent and stronger. The Philippines experiences around 20 typhoons yearly. Climate change makes it more likely for many storms to come in clusters. This strains the same groups that help after earthquakes. Also, sea levels are rising quickly, making coastal towns more unsafe from tsunamis. The recent earthquakes showed problems with buildings. The country has rules for strong buildings, like the National Structural Code of the Philippines. These rules aim for safety from big earthquakes. However, they are not always followed, especially in smaller towns or for older buildings. For example, the Manay District Hospital had cracks, forcing 200 patients out. A classroom also collapsed in Monte Vista. Many buildings are not strong enough. There is a great need for better rule enforcement and safer construction. Building stronger homes and hospitals costs money, but it is vital for safety. The government must ensure all building rules are followed strictly. People also need to learn how to build safer structures. This will help protect more lives and property when the next disaster happens. The country needs to be ready, not just tired. 8. What happens next? The twin earthquakes of October 10, 2025, taught the Philippines many important lessons. The country already knew its dangerous location for earthquakes. But these events showed how critical it is to be ready. Buildings need to be much stronger, especially hospitals and schools, to help people when disaster strikes. It is vital to build back better. This means not just fixing what broke. We must construct new buildings and repair old ones to be safer, making them more resistant to strong shaking. This needs more money, but it will save lives and resources in the future. Being ready for future disasters also means people must know what to do. Emergency drills, like practicing safe evacuation, are important for everyone. Communities need clear plans. Also, where we build matters. We should avoid putting homes and businesses in very dangerous places. The Philippines often faces many natural disasters. This can make people feel tired and worried. Helping people with their feelings after an earthquake is a key part of recovery. The strong spirit of cooperation, bayanihan, helps people work together and must continue to grow. More earthquakes will surely come to the Philippines. The question is not if, but when. The country's future depends on how well it prepares today. Will the Philippines be ready to face the next big earthquake stronger and wiser? What steps do you think are most important for the Philippines to take now to be safer from future earthquakes?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.